Hey guys, it's Greg again. I wanted to go over and do my thesis on everything. I watched a video of this guy. What is his name? On another computer, Blockchain Backer. How he's talking about the markets are going up. To answer your question, nobody really knows what's going on right now, in my opinion. But I'm going to give you my thesis and my evidence to back it up, just using the crypto market. And I know you have the other markets. I might go over the DXY briefly. I think it's a pretty good indicator for that. So I'm just gonna go over what I think is going to be more or less my opinion. Okay, just using all the information that I have available on the charts, and I think it's a pretty good. I think it's a pretty good thesis. But as you can see with the Bitcoin chart that I have here, I actually do incorporate the 60-day cycle. I think that there's a high probability that that high is in right there on that date that happened somewhere around the 29th of March or something like that. So about 10 days ago. And if you're looking on the daily here with this RSI, you can see starting at this low more or less and then going up to that high, you can see right here, there is a trend on the RSI, okay? Now, it trended up through this whole wave and this X wave, okay? And there's a blip. Let me go out to the 8-hour chart. A kind of like a topping pattern here, okay? Can you see that on the 8-hour chart where my little cursor is for my mouse? In this area, kind of a topping pattern, sort of like here. See that top? Okay. Sort of like that. So here, top, and maybe like that. But anyhow, that's a little speculative. I won't go into too much. But basically what I'm looking at is on this RSI down here, you can see my trend line starting at that low, and it trended, and this is the peak. And it broke that, it broke through that. So that's telling me that there is a possibility that this high is in on Bitcoin, and then we're going to start trending down. That's not to say that the probability could pop back up. There is that probability that that could happen. I just don't know. I'm just going off the chart data that I have. Okay. The other data, just going into Bitcoin a little bit deeper, and I was explaining this some more on some coins, or specifically Bitcoin, is I'm not liking the moves in here. These 3 wave-ish, even though some people could say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you're going to go off Elliott, this is the issue with Elliott wave on an asset like this. If somebody's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then technically we should be getting an ABC, and it'll pop up, and this is 1, 2, and this is working on the 3rd wave. That could be, that is a possibility. My best guess is that I don't think that it is, just because of how these waves are working out. I still think they're kind of like WXY waves, 3-wave moves that are going on in here. I might go low and then pop up a little bit more. But just based off that information that I have and looking at the waves, that I still think that there might be a small probability that it could go up and touch that trend line and then come back down. So, but be prepared for some more downside, possibly. And then just looking at the other coins, I'm going to go, Ethereum is the same way. It's kind of the same, so I don't want to go over it too much. But if you go out to the daily chart, you look at Ethereum on the daily, here's that low right there, coming up for that high. Ethereum is a little bit more bullish, but you can see based off that trend, it's coming down and touching it. So Ethereum has a little bit more hope where it could turn around and go up. But on Bitcoin, it doesn't look as good, but it's working on that trend. Let me blow it up for you. So you can see my trend line is right on there. I'm gonna put it right on there to see what we have. Okay, so right now Ethereum is testing that that trend. Came down, testing it, went back up, testing it again. You can see what can happen. So Ethereum looks a little bit more bullish than Bitcoin, just based off that little bit of information. Now, the other data that I have going off bigger assets in the coins. So for example, with Solana, I'm going to go down to the 4-hour chart. With Solana, you see Solana has a area where it went up in this area, and it's already broken that. So it's in some sort of correction right now in this 4-hour chart. My estimate is going to complete that, go up, increase that RSI, and then swing back down again. That's my guess. Probably in some sort of nice ABC. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Solana has completed a impulse wave down, and it's obvious that this is correcting something over here. Okay, probably this structure. It's correcting this structure. Whether it's going to go deeper, just don't know yet. But my thesis is the other coins, the other major coins, are doing corrections. You know, it's the same thing with Kusama. It went up and peaked. Now it's in a correction, giving me clues. DOT is another one that I like to track. You know, it's doing a corrective move. You go out to the daily on DOT, you can see from this low that it had over here, right here on the 24th of February. And you can see if I put a trend line right here, it's correcting what's possibly what could be some type of X wave, where this is ABC and it went up for an X wave or some sort of correction. It might be doing a zigzag. If this is a 5-wave count, this is a B, and then it's down for C. Okay, so that's another clue on DOT for me that, hey, I think we're going to be working more on downside. The other thesis that I have, just based on, those are some other coins I want to go into, just on my thesis of everything, is that, you know, studying these waves, guys, studying this wave in here, this is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and possibly maybe 1, 2, 3. This is questionable, but these waves up are corrective. I think, in my opinion, for somebody to say that's been in the cryptocurrency market for any length of time that Bitcoin could work its way up and go into new all-time highs, and this is going to be a bullish run, and just to flat out just say that's a very good probability, in my opinion, is pretty ignorant. This is a corrective wave move up. And my thesis is what's going to happen as far as bullishness. Long term, I am bullish on this. So let's say, for example, this X wave is in on Bitcoin. Let me go out to the 12-hour chart. The X wave is in on Bitcoin, right? So you have your, whether you call this an ABC or a WXY, that's irrelevant at this point. This was a 3-wave move down to make a W, another 3-wave move up to make an X, okay, a corrective move up. And now, this is mine, it's going to be a 3-wave move down. Where that will go and what kind of structure this would be, it'd be anybody's guess. This could be an expanded flat. It can go up here with a long C wave, or it could be just a simple zigzag. It can end up being a triangle, but where that is. And my thesis is this, and I've said this back in January, what we need to see, or early February, this come down on Bitcoin like this, for example, comes down and breaks that low, completes a Y wave, okay? And I'm going to open up the RSI again. What you're going to want to see is this W wave, this low right here. It can come back up on a B wave like this. I'll show you on the chart. So here it is trending down, right? It's trending down, trending down. It's going to come back up on a B wave, and then it's going to come back down like that on the C leg. And then you will have that area right there. You see how that's low, and then the RSI will be higher, and then the C leg will be lower. And that's my thesis, the shortest possible way. I don't know if this is going to go lower. There's a probability that could happen too. I don't know about that, but this is just my short-term thesis on what can happen with Bitcoin, where you have a higher high on the RSI and a lower low in the price, and then it can go off and complete that fifth wave. And that will be the area you want to get into on long positions and ride that up, and make sure you exit out up there, and don't believe when this thing starts going up to say 70,000, 75, 85,000. So don't believe plan B. He's telling you it's going to 200,000, because all you're going to have to do on that fifth leg is just go out to the weekly chart. Okay, on that fifth leg, let's say this is wave 4 right here. Okay, this is going to be wave 4, and then this leg is going to go up. So let's say it's right there. It's going to go up and like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and this is supposed to be the end of the third. Well, on the RSI, it's not going to get that high. It's not going to get as high as, if this is a fifth leg based on a thesis, this is the second, first, second, third, fourth, and up for a fifth. On the RSI, let me remove that right here. RSI is going to be down, somewhere like this, and it's going to go up and up something, however long this thing takes, and then it's going to start doing something like that. So then you're going to have, in that point, something like this. Is just an example, guys. You're going to have your bearish divergence. That's my thesis. Short term, possibly what could happen. I'm not saying it's going to, but that's kind of what I'm looking for over the next, say, 60, 90 days, maybe even as long as 180 days. Just don't know. Just don't know. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching my video. Peace.